Hi guys, this is Avinash Sharma, and in this session we will discuss what are the C# abstract classes and how to use those classes. Before that, we will discuss what is the abstractions. Abstraction means like hiding the important data of an object and exposing the user-friendly or relevant data to the user publicly. And this process is called data abstraction. And if we talk about the real life abstractions, so we have so many examples. Suppose bike and car. When you ride a bike and when you drive a car, so you know the features which are exposed publicly. The features are steering, brakes, accelerator, ignition, dashboard. But the internal functionality of the engine, you don't know how the engine is working. How the engine is working using the piston, fuel, clutch plates. So the internal functionality of the engine is hidden from the end user. And so this process is called the abstraction. Another example of the real life abstractions is ATM. You go to the ATM and withdraw the money. And the ATM internal feature is counting the money, dispensing the money. So these are the internal and these are the hidden. You cannot access those features of those ATM. And the public feature, or you can say exposed features, are the card slots. You can insert the card, then money dispenser slot. Then you take the money and then keypad for inserting the or for typing the some say your password, whatever it is. So this process is called the data abstractions. Here we have a very important line. Data abstractions can be used to provide security for the data from the unauthorized methods. This is the actual purpose of the C# abstract classes. Whenever you want to hide the some data which you think is very important, then you can use the abstract classes. So the other classes cannot access those data which are hidden and protected. Now we talk about the C# abstractions. We can achieve the abstraction in C# in two ways: by using the abstract classes and by using the interfaces. In this session, we will discuss only the abstract classes. When you create the abstract classes, then you have to use a keyword that is the abstract. Like you create a normal classes, but in case of the abstracts, you have to use the keyword this abstract. The important feature of this abstract class is that you cannot create object of this class. This class has some features and rules. We will discuss all the features and rules in details with practical. Secondly, you can also declare the methods. And if you declare the methods with the keyword then abstract, then that method does not have any kind of body. And the important feature of the abstract class is it can contain the both abstract and the regular methods. Now we talk about the key features of the abstract class. The first and important feature is that we cannot create the instance of the abstract class. Reason: this is an incomplete class because when we declare the abstract methods, so those methods contains only the definition and signature of the methods but does not have any body. So that's why it's an incomplete class and it doesn't make any sense creating the instance of that class. Second, creating the class and implementing the logic and hiding the data and restricting the user from creating the instance of this class. This process is called the abstraction because we are maintaining the security. We are hiding the data so that unauthorized user cannot access the methods of this class. Second feature, we cannot declare an abstract method outside an abstract class because abstract methods contains only the signature, no body. So that's why it doesn't make any sense declaring the abstract method in other classes. And third feature is we cannot declare the abstract class as a sealed class because we cannot create the instance of the abstract class. That's why this class has to be inherited by the subclass. So in case of the inheritance, the class should not be or must not be sealed class. So this is not possible that you can't declare the abstract class as a seed class. Other features are a abstract class cannot be inherited by the structures, and it can contain constructors or destructors. It cannot support multiple inheritance, and it can't be static. So these are the some features of the abstract class. Now the question is, when and why to use abstract classes? Generally, there are three reasons and you can use the abstract classes. The first one is the inheritance. Suppose you want to apply the inheritance and you have multiple classes, then you can use the abstract classes. Second reason is the security. That's the important reason. And you want to maintain the security in your class, and you do not want to other users to create the instance of that class, then you can use the abstract class. Third reason, common sharing. It's like suppose you have a library and you have some methods and so function in that library, and you do not want to other users to write those method and function again. In that case, you can share those library and you can put that library in a abstract class, and then other users as a subclass can inherit your library. So these are the some reasons where you can use the abstract class. Before doing the practical on the abstract class, we have a diagram. So we can check this diagram how to create the abstract class. So we have a class that is the name is the multi-DB connection. The purpose of this class to implement the details of the creating the connection for the multiple database and hide that details. So first of all, we have a keyword when we declare the class, and this is called the superclass because the other class would be inheriting this class. So public then abstract, this is the keyword. It means we are creating a abstract class. Then we have the other field protected. So protected field can be accessed by only the subclass. So you can see the green arrow, it means this field can be accessed in the subclass. Another field is the private field too. This is the private, and this field cannot be accessed outside of this body of this class. It means this field can be accessed within the body of this class abstract class. Red arrow means cannot be accessed. Then protected, the name of the class. This is the constructor, and the important thing, this is not the public because we cannot create the instance of this class. That's why it can't be a public. Protected. So whenever the other class inherit this class, then you create the instance of that class. This constructor is called. Then another is the private void. This is a method, but this method is private. So it means this method can be used within the body of this abstract class. Again the red arrow, it means this method cannot be accessed. Then we have the public abstract void. So this is a common method. This method can be used any subclass, but this method contains only the signature, only the definition of the methods. Whenever the other class, say we have public class SQL connection, in this class we are creating the SQL connection and then inherit this class multi-DB connection, and then we implement this method, that abstract method, and we can define our logic within the body of this methods. In the same way, if you write the other classes, say public class Oracle connection, my connection, SQL connection, then so you have to define or you have to implement this abstract method. So this is the abstract class, and we cannot create the instance of this class. This means like the private and this private fields and private methods. It means we are hiding the details. So those methods private cannot be accessed anywhere. So this is called the abstractions. Now let us do a practical on the C# abstract classes. So we have a namespace, the demo, and the class is a multi-DB connection. This is a keyword abstract. It means we have declared this class as an abstract class. One variable connection string, that is the protected. It can be used, it can be accessed in the subclass. Other three are the privates, cannot be accessed outside of the class, can be accessed within the body of this class. Then we have the methods, a common method, a general method, that is the protected. Create connection. Again, this is the protected, can be accessed in subclass. And this method requires one parameter, that is the DB name. And again, in this method, we are calling the private method, that is the print credential. So we are passing the DB name. On the basis of the DB name, we have the condition. If the DB name is a SQL, and this is the connection string, and we are assigning the connection string con string variable, that is the protected. And this method is a private method. It means we are hiding the details from unauthorized users. This is called the abstractions. Now we have a method, that is the get ready connection, and this method is a abstract method. So we have two methods in this class. One is the abstract and other is the common method, general methods. Then we have a class create SQL connection class, and we inherit that multiple DB connection, that is the abstract class. In this class we have a constructor, and in this constructor we are calling this create connection method, that is the protected in the abstract class, and we supply the a variable SQL. So what happens, we are calling this method of the abstract class, this is a protected. So, and this method is calling this private method. In this private methods we have a condition. So on the basis of the name of the DB name, we are creating the connection string, and all these details are the hidden. It means this is the abstractions. Now in a create SQL connection, we have a method, that is the get ready connection, and this is the abstract method, this one. So we have implemented the body of this method in this class, because we are inheriting this class multi-DB connection. So when we implement the abstract method, then we use the override words. It means we are overriding the implementation of the base class method. So in this methods, we have two statements. In the first statement, we are printing the SQL connection has been created. And another statement, we have the con string variable or member variable. So this is protected. So that's why we can access this con string variable in this class. Now we have a main class. In this main class, we are creating an object of this class, create SQL class, because we cannot create the instance of the abstract class, that is the rule. So first of all, we inherit the abstract class in a regular class, then we create the object of that class. This create SQL connection we created, and then through the object we are calling the get ready connection. When you create the instance of this class, then this constructor, this is executed, and in this constructor, this is a method, protected method from an abstract class. So this method is supplying the SQL here, DB name SQL. Then again, abstract class is calling the private methods. If SQL, then do this one. If Oracle, then do this one. And this is the con string, again it's a protected method. So we are assigning the whole connection string in this variable. Now I'm calling this method get ready connection. Now this is a general method for this class, because that method was abstract in the abstract class, but now we have implemented and we have provided the implementation of this method in this class. So this is a general method. So we can call this method through the instance of this create SQL connection. So object dot get ready connection. So if I execute now this one, so I get the message SQL connection has been created with the following details, and this is the details of the connection string. Now suppose if I try to create the instance of the object, say this abstract class. then what happens? Say so you can see there is an error, and if you read this error, it says it cannot create an instance of the abstract type. So we can't do that one. So only the creating the instance is possible through the inheritance. Okay. Secondly, we cannot access the private. So this is the instance. If say obj dot, then here you can see the list which can be accessed: methods, variable or methods, member methods. So here only we have only one method, that is the get ready connection. So this way you can use the abstract class in the C#. So guys, this was all about the abstract class in C#. I hope you understood everything. Thanks for watching the video.